Hello and welcome back to the channel of nonsense. Last week I had the Mini Aceman, which I gave the sort of kicking a lemming normally gives to a bucket. This week we've got the facelifted Skoda Enyaq, which is so much better as a car. But anyway, the facelift Enyaq, I think it looks amazing. It makes the pre-facelift one look like a doddery octogenarian bingo addict. But is this still one of the best family EVs you can buy? Well, yeah, but watch the video to the end, please. So, updated Enyaq then. This car costs from £39,000, by which I mean to say there's one small battery option that costs under 39 grand. This is a big battery version in addition trim. This is the one you want really, £44,000 this. There is a sport line, that's a Nats Pube under 50 grand. That gets a light up grille. But anyway, let's talk about the obvious thing that has changed. The looks, the front of the Enyaq. It now falls in line with its little brother, the L-Rock. So you've got split level headlights now rather than traditional single units. You've got the daytime running lights here. The Tech Deck, which is Skoda's fancy name for hiding sensors behind a bit of black plastic. Call me cynical, but I think it works visually. No winged penis, just the Skoda badge, which has got a bit of fluff from a cleaning cloth on it. And there's some unique dark chrome trim. You'll see that down the sides in a minute as well. This, being an addition, has got matrix LED headlights. This paint is unique to the Enyaq. It's olive green. And the other colours are your usual kind of silvers, greys, blacks, whites, but there are some blues and some reds as well. So well done, Skoda. You're keeping colours vaguely interesting. And this, as I said, I think it looks worlds away from Skodas of old. If you took me back 15 years and I was driving a Mark II Octavia VRS, yeah, I wouldn't have predicted this, to be honest. There's some visual trickery going around the side as well. You see this chrome strip. It's grey, it's not really chrome, it's not shiny. That's new, that's to make it look lower. So actually, if you imagine this was all body colour, it would look a bit tall and ungainly like this guy. But instead, it looks visually a bit lower. Now, being an addition, you've got these dark chrome roof rails. This one has got optional 21-inch wheels. They're 1,200 quid. And they don't ruin the ride, but they do make it a little bit more jiggly, so I'd steer clear of that option unless you're a massive tart, like the head of Skoda UK PR. Heat pump is £1,000 as an option, and we should talk about the electric stuff as well. But I can't remember it, so I'm going to cut and move the camera. God, giving you a kind of proper behind the scenes view of this. Right, we haven't done flap chat in a while, so let's do some Enyaq flap chat. You can get this with two batteries. You can get it with a 63 kilowatt hour battery. That will get you about 270 miles on paper, so more like 230 in the real world. This one is the bigger 82 kilowatt hour battery. I've been getting a real world 330 miles out of this, although apparently it should do 360. Now there is a coupe version that adds about 11 miles to both of those numbers that I've just shouted at you. And the smaller battery is 204 horsepower. This is 286 horsepower. There or thereabouts. This can also charge a bit faster than the small battery one, so you can get 175 kilowatts out of this, 165 out of the smaller battery. Have I got those numbers right at all? Time for me to check and then update this video in the edit if I did up. Oh yeah, and if you want real world English charging speeds, it's about 28 minutes to get from 10% to 80% on both battery versions. Right, that's what the dashboard looks like in the Enyaq, and you might notice that it's especially lovely because it's got this grey Alcantara type material across the dashboard there and on the door cards and on the seats as well with this kind of toothpastey piping. That's because this has got the lounge pack, the lounge interior, which is 1,300 quid. But I do think it really raises the feel of it in here, just having cloth and fluffiness. I don't know. There are a couple of other interior styles on this. There's Lodge, I think, which gets orange seat belts, and then there's Sweet Cognac, which has brown, mostly artificial, but not entirely artificial leather. And then the Sportline, which is all carbon, well, fake carbon fibre, and some red bits and a 3-spoke steering wheel. But anyway, updated stuff. You've got the same digital dashboard as before, that's fine. No Skoda badge on the steering wheel. Well, it says Skoda, that is the new Skoda badge. And you've got some new recycled material across the dashboard, which actually matches the cabin really nicely. They've done a good job. Updated software on the infotainment system, big fan of that, because you see that green icon at the top right. I've set that there. You tap that, just that, and it turns the speed limit warning off with one press. No matter what menu you're in, That's the best system I've found so far for turning that stuff off, other than the physical button. But anyway, obviously you've got wireless CarPlay there, you've got sat-nav, you've got wireless Android Auto. Yes, you've got to press the buttons at the bottom to change the temperature, but it's not a hardship. They're always there, so it's not a fiddle. And you have got some physical buttons down there for maximum windscreen and your rear demister, so you don't have to wait for that to boot up in the winter, not that it takes very long. Got some extra charging down there, some cup holders, some storage, the little bean-like gear selector, and some more black holes for you to look at on YouTube. Now, the only interior niggle on this car, personally, is that this one doesn't have a sunroof, which I would quite like, and that the glove box is only half width, which is the same on the Cupra Tavascan and everything else built on this platform. Yeah, I really like the interior. I like that it's not just all black and horrible. There's some colour and some nice touches. Just very quickly, standard equipment. All of these get heated seats, heated wheel, keyless entry, adaptive cruise control, blind spot warning. It's good, so you don't have to get this fancy edition model. Oh no, it's a Skoda that I don't fit in the back of. Oh no, wait, it's fine. I've got absolutely loads of room. If you're new to the channel, I am indeed 6'3" tall. That's my driving position. Knee room's good. Foot room is just about okay. It's a little bit tight. That seat is as low as it goes. I could nearly get my words out. And I've got big feet. You've got massive door bins back here. You've got a nice armrest in the middle with cup holders in it. There's a flat floor. Middle seat is actually nice and wide. Got some USB-Cs. Come on, it's really good back here. Two-piece map pocket there. What's not to like, frankly? And being an addition, I've got manual window blinds as well, so my children don't turn into little strips of bacon that I have to put on burgers at the end of the day. It's a bit hard plasticky there, but they've got some Alcantara stuff there. Lovely metal door handles. It's a Skoda. Of course an adult was going to fit back here, and it'd be comfy for long drives as well. And my kids have given me no complaints whatsoever, unlike in the Mini Aceman, which is all they did. Now, I know most people don't get excited about Skodas, but the back end of this facelifted Enyaq really doesn't excite me. It looks much the same as the old one, which is a bit of a shame, but this being an addition, you get swoopy Audi-style LED indicators. You can pay £750 to put a retractable tow bar on it, and then it can tow up to 1.2 tonnes. They all get this though, electric opening tailgate, and you get a massive 585 litre boot with the smallest of load lips there. Big cargo slots at the side, a 12-volt socket, and a nice big well under there, which not only swallows your cable, but you can get a soft bag in there as well. You get through loading into the cabin there. You can't fold the rear seats down remotely, which is a bit of a miss, but there are some nice hooks here. That is flipping practical. Really big, really useful. You could absolutely do a week away in France with this, with your family, with camping stuff as well. So yeah, the Enyaq still got it where it matters, in the bum. Right, let's go for a drive in the Skoda Enyaq. It's keyless, the aircon comes on when you sit in it, and these wicked chaps have come to clear up the fly tipping that someone's left here because people are bastards. But what isn't a bastard is the Skoda Enyaq's low speed ride. Honestly, after a week with that Mini Aceman, getting into this, I thought, oh no, another big heavy electric car, it's going to be awful. No. It was like getting into a nice bubble bath with Joanna Lumley. It's really, really nice. It's yeah, on these 21s you do get a little bit of thudding that you don't get in Enyaqs with smaller wheels, but it's not too bad, to be honest. Around town it's comfortable, on back roads it's comfortable. It's just a really relaxing car to drive. I don't know what it is about the Enyaq really, whether it's the accelerator response or the brake pedal response, which are both nice and soft. I've always just really enjoyed cruising about in the Enyaq, just doing my daily A to B without any niggles, without any complaints. Performance is actually pretty good. It's about 6.5 seconds for this with the 284, 286 horsepower rear motor. So when you boot it, it does go, and there's a sport mode which will sharpen up the throttle response, but that's a bit gauche really. No adaptive dampers on this one. It just rides really well out of the box. Isn't that nice to say that about a modern 2-tonne EV? It is a good thing, and it's nice and hushed at motorway speeds as well. It's just got a real feel-good factor about it. And you might look at it and think, oh God, Tim, what are you on about? It's another boring Skoda. It's a boring Skoda electric car. Trust me, if you've got screaming kids and you want a relaxing car, this is it. You don't have to worry about anything else. other than throwing Haribo back there occasionally. But anyway, the view out is actually okay, apart from some blind spots at the rear corners. I've got a reversing camera on this one. I nearly said 360 camera. I don't. I've only got a reversing camera. Got nice big door mirrors. It's just, yeah, no ergonomic quibbles about this. I've also got massage seats as well if I press buttons down here. I've done some longish trips in this. I've averaged 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour, which is pretty good going, I think. Officially it gets 4. So yeah, 330 miles of real world range. Honestly, it's great. Yes, when you go around corners, it doesn't lean as much as you'd think, but it's certainly, I don't know, you sense the mass a bit, so you don't end up driving it quickly around corners. That's fine. If you want that, a Cupra Tavascan is a slightly better bet. Yeah, it's just very family oriented this. You can get some umbrellas to go in the doors. I forgot to mention that the front passenger seat has ISOFIX points on it as well, so you can strap in an extra seat. Oh no, it's reading the wrong speed limit. How do I turn off the warning? Oh, that was it. One press and the electric beeping is gone. Rejoice. Everyone else start doing that, please. One thing that I perhaps shouldn't talk about, but I'm going to talk about, is the fact that this is rear-wheel drive with 280 odd horsepower going to the back axle. You don't really need to know about that, but if you do boot it coming out of the corner, you feel like you're being pushed from behind, like in an old school BMW. And I really like that. It makes driving it a little bit more engaging. It doesn't turn it into an M3 CSL, but you know, you can have a little bit of fun. And rumour has it, if you find a gravel car park and pull a load of fuses out, it'll do donuts. Rumour. I guess when you get in one of these, if you've got out of a, I don't know, a BMW or something, you might think, oh, this little digital driver's display is a bit puny. Well, yes, it is a bit puny, but it shows you your speed, your efficiency, your adaptive cruise control stuff, your range, your battery percentage, your headlights, your temperature, the time, the speed limit. And it does it all. It's all really easy to read, so I don't need a big chintzy double 12-inch screen setup here. Just let me get on with focusing on the road. But anyway, I'm waffling, sounding like an old man. Let's head back to me for an outro. There's a young lad on his Husqvarna Wittpillen. He's got a proper 125. That's quite cool. Sorry, motorbikes. Go and subscribe to Tim Rodey Rides Motorbikes if you like motorbikes, because I'm buying a new motorbike on Thursday and then taking it off-road in France to do some Second World War stuff. There'll be a video series on that. Sorry. Shouldn't be plugging my motorbike channel. You don't care, you're here for cars. Conclusion time. In doing a script for my conclusion, I've been trying to think what I don't like about this car. It's the glove box. It's that half-width glove box, which is going to take this from 10 Tim Roadies out of 10 down to 9.5. It is my favourite family EV. If you have a family, if you don't care about having a German car for some reason, if you don't care about performance and outright handling because your kids hate going around corners on 2 wheels, like most kids, this is my favourite family EV. It is quite efficient. It can now go about 330 miles on a charge. It now looks really smart as well, but it's still got those basic Enyaq characteristics that I've loved for the past 4 years, namely a massive boot, spacious rear seats, and quite a classy interior that is slightly different from other Skodas. So yeah, facelift Enyaq, still bloody love it. It's fast becoming my default EV to recommend to people who just want a good car. Yes, you can argue that 44 grand is a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, but everything else has got more expensive anyway. So thank you for watching this moving image missive. If you've liked it, please hit like, subscribe to Tim Rodey Drive Stuff. It's not Roddy, it's Rodey. Not because of roads, it's just my name, it always has been. And go down to the comments and leave me the check word for, it's quite a nice shade of green. Goodbye.